We're going to do a breakdown again for the very, very easily deceived. All right, because obviously the breakdown of the lights caused a lot of issues. As a lot of people are starting to get concerned about it. Most of the people, I would say at least 90%, are actually getting the fact that this is a weapon system. I'm going to explain to you why it is a weapon system. All right. A weapon system is a thing that's designed or usable to inflict bodily harm. All right. Now, these LEDs that bear elements, the design of the light fitment is actually cocked up so it causes the radiation, the optical radiation, to cause harm. And these are bare elements. All optical radiation should have a diffuser. These don't have one. They don't have one. The design's cocked up specifically to cause harm. It's a weapon. Pretty simple. Right. Now this company, Kernow, Chinese company based in Shenzhen. Right. That's the name there, look. Kernow. Right. Chinese technology company. And the emissions from these lights are lethal. These are blue phosphor coated. They're blue LEDs. See the phosphor coating? That little yellow piece there. That's a phosphor coating to give them the appearance of white light. That's why they've got the bluey haze. The 450 nanometers is toxic. It's retinal cell and retina cell toxic, right? Which inflicts bodily harm. It kills your retinal cells. Not only will it kill retinal cells, it kills other creatures. Anything flying anywhere near it kills them pretty quickly. They do not withstand the radiation levels from these these lenses, right, which cause significant harm. All right, a weapon, basic weapon system deployed in your street by ignorant people at your local authority. Now, there was no risk assessment, no environmental risk assessments or other when they deployed this. In fact, they didn't even carry out any public consultation, and the reason for that would have failed. It would have failed because this is demonstrably a weapons system, all right, and it is here to inflict harm. This isn't by accident. This isn't to control the population. This is to harm you, all right? Anybody that doesn't get that, you don't understand optical radiation hazards or a lot of other things, and obviously you have to be pretty easily deceived not to get it. Now let's just look at the controller. This controller, right, allows me to scan the environment, as that's a scanner, allows me to scan the environment, and it allows me to be able to see somebody and change the modulation from this light. So these are square wave modulation, pulse rates. I can actually pulse them at you and actually cause it to be weaponized. It is a weapon, so it's pretty obvious that the frequencies that are going to be used are going to be part of a weapons frequency, all right? The 450 volt capacitor there. Let me just show you a light sensor, because some lunatic thinks this is a light sensor. This is a light sensor. You see those little see-through spots? They're for sensing the light. And that capacitor there is actually 10 volts. All right, it's a 10 volt capacitor. This can control the light. You can switch it on and off. This, however, it's got a 450 volt capacitor. Not only does it have a 450 volt capacitor, it's actually attached to this piece of hardware. Let's just have a look at how nasty this bit of hardware is. All right, this is what powers up and sends that power output to this and then delivers it to this. All right, it's a delivery system. All right, a weapon. Now, I know that weapons developments are compartmentalized, so the pretty dim-witted who think that this is a ballast or something ridiculous, I'm going to tell you now, these need chips to control them, all right? Everybody's got one at the end of that torch, all right? You don't need the power capacity at all for to drive this or actually to have it on that board. That whole thing's a completely different thing. Now let's have a look at this little thing, because I'm going to take this off. This thing's quite interesting, all right? This is a Talenza unit. This is the base of it here. That's a Talenza, all right? That's a light management system. All right, 10 volts. This is Talenza. Let's have another look at it, right? Because somebody's not watching. See the controls? All right, very sophisticated controls. There's the antenna system. All right, absolutely, potentially lethal. And here we have, that's upside down, but that's a 3,300 watt relay. They're 450 volt capacitors. All right, on this delivery system. All right, okay, that's what that is. Now you ask me, why would you want all of that capacity on there? Well, I can tell you pretty simply, it's a weapon. It's an absolute weapon system. And anybody that says otherwise is a fool. An absolute ignorant fool. An ignoramus. I mean, some ignoramus tells me that that's a dipole antenna. I mean, what a complete and utter clown. They obviously do not know what they're talking about. Not in one way, shape or other. I mean, this is ridiculous. Anybody that looks at this cabling in here can see the type of power capacity they're going to run up to this delivery weapon system here. All right? Pretty straightforward. Not complicated. Because this was actually a light sensor. This controls the lights. It's nothing like this. Absolutely nothing. You'll see the same plug and play system. Look, these can be changed pretty quickly for this. It's got the same fitment. Look, same fitment. So what they do, come along, put a light sensor on. When you're asleep, they come back and fit something a lot more aggressive, a lot more dangerous. And that's it, eh? A lot more dangerous, a lot more capacity. In fact, pretty lethal. But people should realise that the fact that these have been designed to harm you because of the way they're cocked up on a motorway, the way they're cocked up in your street, not very good lights, very aggressive, blue. They've got that blue here, which is retinal cell and retina cell toxic, and it is deliberately being fitted to inflict bodily harm. It's a weapon. This is a deliberate attack on the people. And people need to wake up to the fact, unfortunately, that the ignorance, greed, corruption at your local authorities have allowed this to happen, as well as the greed and complicity at your government to have Chinese equipment installed in streetlights next to your bedrooms that can be used as a weapon against you. It's totally illegal. Totally and absolutely illegal.